Home, a poem by Warsan Schreier. No one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. You only run for the border when you see the whole city running as well. Your neighbors running faster than you, breath bloody in their throats. The boy you went to school with who kissed you dizzy behind the old tin factory is holding a gun bigger than his body. You only leave home when home won't let you stay. The Twin Cities is home to the largest urban population of Hmong people in the nation. My own parents came to the United States as refugees in 1990. They hadn't known a home since their communities were torn apart and displaced by a war in Vietnam that they wanted no part in. For my family, one who left behind generations of the rural farming life they had grown so accustomed to, it didn't take much time to realize that the life portrayed as the American dream bore no resemblance to reality. My home, the one I grew up in, and my life as an American-born citizen was wildly different than that of my parents. I didn't rise from the wreckage of a war-torn country. I didn't forge a new life out of the unfamiliar. Sometimes I forget that this was reality for the people who raised me. I forget that there was a life that existed before America. These differences created a generational divide in mentality and lifestyle between my family and I. They valued tradition, obedience, and survival. I, however, wanted to assimilate more than anything. For me, the routines, expectations, and even the language varied drastically from the life I led inside my house to the life I led everywhere else. Especially as a girl and the oldest in a traditional Hmong household, the demand for excellence came at an early age. The pressure to behave as the perfect Hmong daughter clashed with the vision that I saw for myself. I felt trapped, like I didn't really belong anywhere. Not with the Hmong kids, not with the white kids, not even with my family. I remember my mom always saying that I acted too American, but to me, that term had always been synonymous with being white. That's because in school, I never learned about my own history or other cultures, even though I attended kindergarten through high school in a school district with a large number of Hmong students and other students of color. Textbooks and curriculum was dominated by white narratives. I never read poems like Home by Warsan Schreier. So I grew up asking myself, what did it mean to be American? What did it mean to be Hmong? And why did it seem impossible to be both? As the first generation in my family to be born and raised in this country, I was stuck in the middle of a cultural identity crisis, prolonged by an academic setting that wasn't culturally competent. St. Paul is my home. Minnesota is my home. The United States is my home, and I'm just as American as every other citizen. Especially in schools where there are a number of students of color and those who come from immigrant families, we must make sure that what we are teaching reflects the lives and perspectives of those students. The story of America is more complex than the white narratives I read growing up, and this country, as it grows more diverse, our curriculums must grow as well. Our students and our country thrives when we embrace the differences and celebrate the similarities in our experiences as Americans.